Dr. April here with your Unit 3 overview. As with all of our units, your due dates are listed in the syllabus and available on the D2L calendar and our news items. Before we get into the nuts and bolts about the unit, let's talk about the Writing Center requirement. As with Unit 2, Unit 3 has a Writing Center requirement. In order to get credit, you have to work with a tutor for 55 minutes. You can work on brainstorming for a Unit 3 discussion post or for your paper, understanding the rhetorical concepts, visual analysis activities, and getting feedback on making sure your discussion post or your paper is clear. To get your credit, you want to submit a completed Writing Center reflection to Dropbox by the day your Unit 3 paper is due. Those due dates are in the syllabus and on our D2L calendar and news items. The Writing Center is open 8 to 8 Monday through Thursday and 8 to noon on Friday. You can schedule an appointment by visiting us online at brazosport.edu/Writing Center schedule or giving them a call at 979-230-3460. You must visit the Writing Center once during Unit 3, but you can earn extra credit if you visit more than once, provided that you submit a Writing Center reflection to the Writing Center Unit 3 Dropbox before the end of the unit. This unit is talking about rhetoric, and we're building towards a visual analysis paper. The first part is establishing some of the rhetorical concepts that we're going to be reading or dealing with in your paper. You're going to learn about rhetorical situations, rhetorical strategies, rhetorical appeals, and visual rhetoric. There's a series of videos and quizzes in this unit. The videos are to introduce those concepts, and the quizzes are to make sure you understand the concepts. All of the due dates for the videos and quizzes are available in the syllabus and on our news items and D2L calendar. The second part of this unit is designed to prepare you for the visual analysis paper. There are two major parts in this unit. The paper prep, which is the whole unit, is divided, as I said, into two parts. The first part is your image selection. You're going to pick two images that you could use for your visual analysis paper. The images should be accompanied by a document with MLA citations for each image and a description of how you plan to use the image in your visual analysis assignment. I'll take a look at those images, and if they're both approved, you can pick one for the assignment. If only one's approved, well, obviously you'll use that one. But if neither are approved, I will ask for you to submit additional images by a different date. That date will be provided to you in the syllabus and on D2L. If you do not submit any images by the image selection due date, that will adversely affect your grade for the visual analysis paper. So the idea behind the visual analysis paper prep activity 1 is to pick some images and get some feedback on those images to make sure they're strong enough to sustain an analysis. The second part, or the second activity in Unit 3.2, is visual analysis notes. These are notes that are going to be used potentially for your paper. It's kind of like a pre-writing or brainstorming activity. For this unit part, you'll submit a document to Dropbox in which you describe the image that you plan to use for your Part 3.3 paper, the visual analysis paper. And this document should include these 6 things: your image, an MLA citation for your image, and resources for citing digital images and other sources are available in the Start Here or Resources section of our class. You also want to make sure that you include a 150-word description of the rhetorical situation of the image. That includes your author, audience, purpose, context, tone, genre, design constraints, and exigence or purpose. A 150-word description of the rhetorical strategies of the image. That's how it's composed, your visual rhetoric. A 150-word description of the rhetorical appeals used in the image. That's going to be our ethos, pathos, and logos. And just a 150-word description in which you think and write about how these appeals, strategies, and rhetoric are used in the image and connect to the rhetorical situation. You're going to ask yourself how the rhetorical strategies you've identified enable particular appeals. So how does the visual rhetoric used, how does the color used, the layout, the text, the contrast, encourage us to feel a certain way, like a pathos appeal, encourage us to think certain things, a logos appeal. I know a lot of this seems overwhelming because you haven't done the work to the Unit 3.1 work of understanding these concepts, but that'll set the foundation for understanding these concepts. And again, if you're ever confused about any of these concepts, please visit the Writing Center. Not only is it required, but it'll help you overall, or visit our office hours. The final culminating part of Unit 3 is your visual analysis paper. Your work in Unit 3 builds to this assignment. In this assignment, you're composing a rhetorical analysis of whatever image that was approved. Your paper should show a clear connection between your way of viewing the image and its rhetorical context. There's a more thorough explanation of this assignment in Dropbox, attached to the Dropbox, and also in our Unit 3 modules. The rubric can be found by looking at assessments and then clicking through to rubrics. Like I said, this is a lot, and I know it's a lot. You're going to be learning about some heavy concepts, and you're going to be asked to understand and synthesize those concepts and show that you understand them in your writing. To get support throughout the whole process, I'll be available Mondays and Wednesdays during office hours, 11 to 1, but you can also visit the Writing Center, 8 to 8 Monday through Thursday, and 8 to noon on Friday. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. If not, enjoy. Thanks all.